What's going on, guys? It's me, Shugashu. We are back with another Musume video. In today's video, we are just going to be going over the Valentine's banner and event, which I believe is called, well, it's right there, Melty for you. And we're just going to go over the characters, take a quick look at the support cards, see if they're any good. And then we'll just go over the event missions and all that, and also the event card. Should be one. So with that being said, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle and are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join a circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or over to the Circle Request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you and not somebody else. But with that being said, let us get started. I do have a Custom Light training on hold. Well, it's just been waiting for me because I got busy throughout the day. But here we are, Aston Machan and Yamanin Zephyr for the banner characters or the event characters. Honestly, their release is actually perfectly timed, I guess, for the League of Heroes coming up, since they both do short distance. So, I mean, we'll just see how they do, but for sure I ain't gonna be pulling for any of them because I kind of just want to save what I have, just, you know. So I would have been fine pulling for them since I do like both of them, but it is what it is. We're just gonna have to hold off and wait for the anniversary, which is pretty much in like 3 weeks. A little over 3 weeks, if anything. So here we are, Aston Machan. 111 speed, 59 stamina, 90 power, 101 guts, and 89 wise, and level 1 3-star. For level 5 5-star, 135 speed, 72 stamina, 110 power, 124 guts, and 109 wise. For her aptitudes, we do have her as a turf runner, short distance and medium and mild distance. And then either a leader or a escape, but I believe she's better for escape. Just from what I know, she is an escape. And then for her growth rate, 10% all around for speed, power, and guts. And now going over her unique skill. This is Fluffy Hour. And it's for short distance. If you're in the front halfway through the race, your speed will increase. It will increase greatly if your base wisdom is at least 1200, which normally that's what I do go for. So that would have been great. For innate skills, we have, where is it? This one, Not Even a Glimpse. For runners, if you're in the first half of the pack at a random point during the middle leg, your speed will marginally increase. Position sense, at a random point in the opening leg, your lane movement speed will slightly increase. And then we have an unyielding step for runner short. If you're in the first half of the pack during the first half of the final leg, your acceleration will slightly increase. Going over the awakening skills at level 2, we have Final Nail for short distance. If you're in the first half of the pack during the opening leg, girls in the back become slightly slower. Level 3, we have Quick Work. For runners, if you're in the first half of the pack at a random point during the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. Level 4, Self-Control. Your wisdom stat is increased by 60 and you're a little harder to panic. And then level 5 is Initiative. For runner short, if you're in the first half of the pack during the first half of the final leg, your acceleration will increase. For the evolve skills, we have Quick Work into Suji's, Suji's Masterful Technique, which is right here. Sorry about that. For runners, at the start of the race, your acceleration will slightly increase. If you didn't have a late start and you're in the first half of the pack, then at a random point during the middle leg, your speed will increase. For the conditions, condition 1, get at least 2 skills for short aptitude, and have at least 800 speed for the second condition. Then on to the second one, we have, please remember that. I don't know if that's right, but for runners short distance, if you're in the first half of the pack during the first quarter of the final leg, your acceleration will increase. Condition 1, get at least 2 acceleration type skills, and then for the second one, have at least 800 power. Then let's see if we could see her skills from events. If we could see probably some of them. So this one is danger avoidance for runners, become a bit harder to surround in the opening leg. And then this one is obviously short distance corners. For short distance, slightly increased speed on corners. For the other ones, there are a few more. There's nimble step for short distance. If you're in the first half of the pack during the second half of the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. Runner's tricks for runners, your field of view is slightly increased and your wisdom stat is increased by 40. Shift gears for mile distance. At a random point during the middle leg, if you're in the first half of the pack, your speed will slightly increase. And then positive planning for mile distance. If you're in the first half of the pack, during the second half of the opening leg, your speed will slightly increase. And now we do have Yamanin Zephyr. For her level 1 3-star stats, it is 101 speed, 84 stamina, 86 power, 90 guts, and 89 wise. Level 5 5-star, 124 speed, 103 stamina, 105 power, 110 guts, and 108 wise. For her aptitudes, she has an A in turf and a D in dirt if you do so choose to use it for dirt races. For her distances, she has a B in short distance, but obviously you can bring that up with a little bit of inheritance. And then an A in mile and medium distance. For her strategy, she is a leader, but you can, if you want, use it for betweener or even as a runner, but she is a leader. And then her growth rate is 15% on both guts and power. Going over her skills, starting off with the unique skill, we have Breezy Treat. If you're in the first half of the pack with 350 meters remaining in the race, you will get an immediate speed boost. In mile races, your target speed will additionally also slightly increase. Okay, so it seems like she would be best for mile distance, just personally, based off the unique skill. Obviously, in my opinion, if you do see in like the additional effect to their unique skill, if it has like a specific distance, whether it's mile, medium, long distance, or short, if it specifies it, that would most likely be their best distance. But it doesn't stop you obviously from using them in other distances that they can race in. But now going over her innate skills, we have Toward Victory for leaders. If you're in the first half of the pack at a random point in the middle leg, your speed will marginally increase. Ambitions for leader. During the latter part of the middle leg, if you're less than 5 meters away from first place, your speed will slightly increase. And then we have Pounding Chest for short mile distance. During the first half of the mile leg, or the mile leg of the final leg, your speed will slightly increase. Now going over her awakening skills at level 2, mile straights, slightly increases speed on straights for mile distance. Level 3, we have Send It Flying for leaders. If you're in the first half of the pack at a random point in the middle leg, your speed will slightly increase. Level 4 is High Hopes for mile distance. If you're in the first half of the pack during the first half of the final leg, your acceleration will slightly increase. And then level 5, Winds of Change for leader. During the latter part of the middle leg, if you're less than 5 meters away from first place, your speed will increase. And that is pretty much it for the awakening skills. Next up, we will be going over the evolve skills, where Send It Flying turns into Become a Dust Whirlwind. For leaders, if you're in the first half of the pack at a random point during the middle leg, your speed will increase. For the conditions, condition 1, get at least 2 skills for leader aptitude or at least 3 speed type skills. Condition 2, have at least 600 guts. And then for the second evolve skill, we have Winds of Change, just this one, into Sylph Spirit. For leader mile distance, ooh. If you're using her for short distance, you wouldn't want to swap that then. But obviously, if you're using her for mile distance, you can just swap, use this one. For leader mile, if you're leading or less than 10 meters away from the first place anywhere during the last 40% of the race, your speed will slightly increase. Now the first condition, don't know what it is about. Let me see if I could find it. Usually it's already ready, but let me go take a quick look and see if I can find it. For the first condition, when 2 or more G1 mile races using the leader strategy and as the favorite. For condition 2, power is 800 or more. Correct. I think that is pretty much it. So 2 G1 mile races as the favorite. And then the second one have at least 800 power. All right. And then skills from events. We'll take a quick look at that. Oh, there's a lot of the green ones. But this one is positive planning for mile distance. If you're in the first half of the pack during the second half of the opening leg, your speed will slightly increase. And then this one is fearless advance for mile distance. If you're in the first half of the pack at a random point during the middle leg, you will use a little extra stamina to increase your speed slightly. For the other ones that are not here, she has basically all the seasonal girl green skills, so winter, summer, autumn, and spring, where your speed stat is increased by 40 depending on whatever you pick. I guess in this case, if you are planning to use it for this League of Heroes, I believe it's still winter. And then the last one is Rival Spirit for mile distance. If you're about to overtake someone, your speed will slightly increase. Honestly, wouldn't mind pulling for either or. Probably more towards Aston Machan just for short distance, but I do like Yamanin Zephyr as well. I mean, I do got 10 tickets, but that's a whole 10 tickets that I could possibly use for the anniversary. So I think I'm gonna hold off. As for these cards, we're just gonna take a quick look at them. We have a current Guts card, and let's see how this is. Short distance. Oh wait, it's current, so it'll most likely just be short distance. Leader short distance or the gold skill. It's also concentration, which I feel like you would have to pick from either or, which could technically work also for Aston Machan because it would help her being a runner, right? It will also help her not have a late start. But that would be okay, but is it necessary? I don't think so. But it is a good Guts card if you want it for short distance specifically. And then the Ikino Dick, this one, which is a wise card. Let's just see how it is, what skill wise at least. Mile distance, short mile, but mostly mile distance, I would say. Yeah. So skills from events, the gold skill there is Big Sister Disposition, which I believe was from Marozensky from a long time ago. Or no, not, I think it was Air Group, not, but also I think Fuji Kaseki. I would say this is just a mile distance wise card. pretty much. Yeah, it's just a mild distance wise card, which is all right. Don't know if this is a hint to basically telling us that the next scenario possibly might just be short mild distance again, which I kind of hope not. I kind of wish it's probably more general based where we can train everyone in the same scenario rather than jumping back and forth. And then if they want to do the specific distance again, they can do that later on. At least that's how I want to see it, because it'll be at least be one general scenario where you can train everyone, and then the next two can be like basically what they did last time with the Great Food Festival being short mile, and then medium long distance for the other one. So we'll see what happens there whenever the anniversary comes up. And then now we will just go over the event real quick, the event missions to be more specific, and then also the nice nature support card. I believe it's stamina. I'm not too sure, but what I remember, I think it is stamina. I think we should most likely go over the event missions real quick. Let me just load that up real quick. If I can find it. A quick sec to go look for it. Let me actually go here. I believe this is the one. There we go. So obviously we have the daily missions over here. Log in, complete training once, win the race with training, play team arena, and complete all the event daily missions, that's pretty much it for the dailies. This is just for the title, complete all event limited missions. So basically finishing all of these missions coming up. And as always, I'm just going to say the total amount of whatever the goal is or the mission is, just so it can save me repeating the same thing like 6 times, saying the same thing but just adding however much. So the first one is complete training. Oops, where did it go? Where did the missions go? Complete training 12 times, win 60 races using training, win 40 G1 races with training, gain a total of 2 million fans through training, play team arena 40 times, get a cumulative score of 3 million. In the team arena, train your horse to finish in the top 340 sprinter stakes, the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies, Okasho, NHK Mile Cup, Mile Championship, Yasuda Kinen, and the Emperor's Cup. I believe that's just basically the Triple Tiara along with the NHK and Mile Championship. Basically all mile distance stuff besides the Emperor's Cup, which should be the final race of the Tiara, the Triple Tiara. And then lastly, before I go over the comments from yesterday's video, let me just look for the nice nature card over here just to take a quick look and see if it's decent enough. Medium, betweener, medium, distance. I would say just betweener. I usually just say it's betweener if we're looking at the gold skill. If I had said medium distance, I would have said that instead. But I'd say this would be an okay. Obviously, this would be okay options to use if you don't have a stamina card. But you probably also be better off maybe using a better, like a SR max limit broken over this. Maybe it all depends on you. But this would be good for, I guess, if you're training for medium distance and specifically training a betweener, I guess. But other than that, just don't forget to make it all the way to 400k just to get this last copy. The other copies should be you get one from finishing the story, which should be easy, and then the rest should come from the bingo roulette. Other than that, that is pretty much it for the event itself. So if you guys didn't make it this far, I'd want to say thank you. And if you guys are going to stick around as I go over the comments, I do truly appreciate it. But you're not obligated to. If you didn't post a comment in the last video, knowing that I'm not going to be going over any of your comments or going over a comment from you since you didn't post one, then it's totally understandable if you won't stick around. But if you guys do want to stick around, I do appreciate it. And if you want me to go over your comments in the next video, just leave a comment down below and I'll make sure to go over it in the next video. And even if it doesn't make it in the next video, I'll still go over it in the next video. So in this case, Tuesday's video, if it doesn't make it to Monday's video. But now I shall load up the comments over here. And let us see. The first comment is going to be from Rick. I have missed Uma dailies for 2 or 3 days in a row because I have been busy or lazy, but it is what it is. I say that too. It is what it is. A few days ago, I started reading a manhwa, and the protagonist is a sly, scheming protagonist that uses everything at his disposal to get what he wants. And it's refreshing reading something where the protagonist isn't your typical good protagonist. Now, there really isn't a lot of those, but I don't typically read manhwas, let alone a lot of mangas. When I do read a manga, it's just simply couldn't wait, so I'll end up reading the manga. That's usually how it is. But I haven't read too many mangas. I don't even know if I can go double digits, to be honest. But Nova had responded saying, I have no desire to go back to Great Food Festival. Someone help me, or Mew. Rick responded saying, hire Eugen? Question mark. Then Nova says, I would if I could. That would have been an option also for him for the parent training, but Eugen can't. Eugen said he can't. Based on, I guess, location was the reason. But other than that, thank you, Rick, for the comment and Nova for replying. Next comments I will be going over is Nova's comments. Today I realized that 20 is the lucky number. 20 pulls for Lopera and 20 pulls for a Nikki character. I am very high right now. Okay. But congrats on your pulls. Miles CM might be another one that I might use OG Zephyr on. I never did a CM for Mile before. I'm sure I can use Donna again. You can use Donna again if you wanted to. Next one says, rats, no shoo pull this time around. Boo. Yeah, I'm not pulling. Even though I do like the two, I just don't see me pulling, just based on the fact that the anniversary is literally just a few weeks, like a few weeks left. The support cards this time are just pure donkey. By donkey, I mean they're not good at all. I mean, it depends how you look at it. One's for short distance guts, which I would say is the worst out of the two. And then you have the mild distance wise card, basically, which is, I think, in my opinion, positional based wise cards are better. Like the leader chasers and all that, compared to distance wise. So yeah, it's not that good in my opinion. But if you guys do want a mild distance one, it's not a bad option, but there's definitely better options out there, especially if you did pull for the Simply Rudolph one. Nova. Yeah, I would rather just use a Simply Rudolph one instead, because it's general for the most part. If they make us go back to Matt, then second hiatus. If it is Lark, sure, then I'll take that at least. I like the French theme for sure. There's a huge gap between Make a New Track and Lark, though. At least it feels like a huge gap between the two. I don't think they'd go start off with Lark if it's gonna, let alone skip out the first two scenarios to begin with. I don't think they'll skip. Maybe they'll make it shorter, like we suggest, like we talked about before, or instead of doing the 6 months, they'll probably just start off the bat doing 4 months. Other than that, they'll probably still not catch up regardless to JP's timeline. Even doing that, because it'll just be on an even pace, so to speak. Well, yeah, signs of EOS are the unplanned anniversary, the lack of game updates, and the Persona 5 collab. That's a funny one to mention. I would like Rise on my account, but it's pay to win. I can say that HBR might be a bit pay to win too. I'm assuming you meant bit, and it's because you put but yeah. However, HBR has its own original IP. Atelier has a niche following already, so that's the fundamental weakness. Yeah, the fact that Atelier already had its own thing going on in consoles or PC, depending where you play, because I didn't think it was a bad idea to go the gacha route for them, only because obviously they have their own following already. But I guess the fact that they weren't generous and it was more pay to win, it was kind of the downfall to them. They did have updates. They were actually doing pretty good quality of life updates, actually. I think it was just the fact that it was pay to win and nobody was willing to pay a lot. Plus, I'm assuming also that the following probably is most likely isn't as big as, you know, like the Hoyo games and all that, obviously. But even not, if we're not talking about the Hoyo games or Wuwa, it's still lower. I think they only got like 100K something in December or something like that. So December or January, I don't know when, but that was probably the nail in the coffin for them. So unfortunately, it is what it is. I actually didn't even do the dailies anymore because I'm kind of just bummed about it. But with when one game goes down, another like 4 appears anyway within like a year. So we'll see what happens. Would you pull on Big Booba Envy and the Blind Electric Chick for Zenless 1.6? I heard Chingy is getting power crept, but this is a Rococo all over again. I'm going to use the characters I like. Okay. Who is Chingy getting power crept by? The sniper girl? I don't even know what her name or what she does. For Anby, I know she's an attacker, and I'm for sure pulling for Anby. That is not even a question. I believe I mentioned that I did like Anby, like way early in the game. And seeing that she's getting an S rank gives hope for all A ranks, or at least not all, some A ranks, that they'll get an S rank eventually in the future. So yeah, I'm pulling for Anby, definitely. That's not even a question. Although it's kind of weird how we're getting 2 attackers back to back. With Evelyn being a fire attacker. I believe she gets released in 2 weeks. And then Anby being an electric attacker, which holds me off from building Harumasa, because like I was close to building it, then the whole Anby thing got released, and I was like, but let me actually see what you mean by Chingy getting power crept. I'm assuming by the sniper chick. She a stun? Oh, she is a stun. I mean, when normally when they release a same element slash an element along with the same like type being a stun type, it kind of just makes them, it kind of just gives people a reason to be like, oh, she's definitely getting, so-and-so's getting power crept. Plus, we don't even know anything about, I guess her name's Trigger, but we don't know anything about her. At least, I don't. Apparently she's from O-Ball squad. I'm for sure pulling for Anby. Oh. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. But it seems like there's gonna be a new squad or a new group called the O-Ball squad, which I believe is gonna be Soldier 11 squad, or is Soldier 11 squad. I don't have her, so I don't know if she's in any faction or whatnot. But I've had this suspicion, I don't know if I mentioned it before, where there's a possibility that Soldier 11 and Anby were from same place, possibly even sisters. You never know. I mean, they both got white hair. And I don't remember Soldier 11's eyes. Might as well search it. Here, agents. That red eyes. I might as well just search for a picture without her glasses. Oops. Or does she have yellow eyes? She had to go wear them damn glasses, which confuses me. I think she does have yellow eyes. But over here, when she's wearing glasses, it looks like she has red eyes. I don't know why, but either or. Oh, wait, here we go. There's like reddish orangish eyes. One of those. Oh, who knows? They could still be. There's still that possibility, right? Right? If it isn't, then it is just basically my suspicions. But I mean, them having the same backpack essentially. I think I mentioned this. I mean, they both using swords as well. Well, I guess in this case, Anby is using dual swords for her new one. But it is. I'm still gonna pull for Anby regardless. But I don't know if I'll pull for a Trigger. I don't think I'm pulling for Trigger, which is the so quote unquote Chingy getting power crept by her. I don't know what this has to do with Rochia, because Rochia's situation was a little bit different, where people were just complaining about, well, I guess meta people were complaining how she isn't good, even though she's just perfectly fine just in a Havoc team. Or Camellia and any Havoc DPS. But yeah, you're right. I'm gonna use whatever characters we like. That's all it is. That's all it is. But moving on, Uma main story is so mid that I only read character stories from time to time. If we're talking about the game, I guess I don't really care much, obviously, since I can't understand it. So I don't have any reason to care. The anime, different story. Different story. Tanoki's gonna catch up to me now. I am scared. Tanoki responded saying, your account has always surpassed mine and I've never caught up and likely never will. I do take a little time to bring the mandatory skills and inherited uniques if possible, and inherit a few good white skills. I think even if we combine my account with Tanoki's account with Yujin's account, I think we'll still barely be like caught up. We're gonna be barely caught up to Nova's account based on how it is. But if we give Nova's account, let's say like better parents, and it's a whole different story. So yeah, Nova, you just been ahead of us the whole time. No one's catching up. No one's catching up. You want a competition and accounts when it comes to Uma, but no one's gonna give it to you. No one's sadly gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna say it straight up. Tanoki also added, while I have certainly improved from a paper-thin squad and girls and Great Food Festival, I'm still locked out of the freedom to borrow. Poke cover makes my mid-distance stronger, and Kita cover makes a long runner okay. Ultimately, all my builds have some compromises, and building my Uma as well only mitigates some of that. Then Nova says, I don't want to do GFF, but there's no other way, is there? Mother. And then Tanoki says, 3 Onige. That's if Nova's not going to do that. I started a new gacha called Lost Sword Tales of Britannia. This is like a Korean exclusive gacha that came out this month. It's an idol gacha, and I only have 2 idol gacha experience before from Eversoul and Nikki. So I was really surprised to see that this idol gacha really is idol. Like, I can level up characters while the stages are being cleared on auto in the background. So this is what an ideal idol gacha is like. Nothing against idol gachas. It's just not my kind of thing. Not my kind of thing. If it's truly idol like that, maybe for sure not. But even this like idol gachas they have right now, I still haven't really got into it at all. And that is pretty much it from Nova. So thank you for all the comments, Nova, and Tanoki for replying. Next comment is going to be from Tanoki. Apparently, the rental count is now increased to 10 permanently. Really? Did not know that. Good to know. Thank you. Thank you. Now I can do more runs. Or I just corrected it automatically. But it says now I can door more runs. I don't know. Maybe that's what you meant to say. Maybe that's what you meant to say. The Nova says, try hard, mustard. I mean, unlike you, Nova, you're kind of more blessed with the support card, so. But anyways, Tanogi, thank you for the comment. Nova for replying, thank you. And lastly, we have a comment from Eugen. Even I forgot about Great Food Festival, and let's a run I always do for factor runs. Every time I see GFF, I almost say girls frontline because it's pretty close. Just the last letter, just not an L. But that's why you hear me like either stop or correct myself on the way. But yeah, we'll stick for mecha scenario for the future because it's much better for parents from up to date. For the CM, just 3rd place or winner of Group B finals. Still better than me. But yeah, I didn't care that much anyway since I already have the plat title for classic. Regardless, more jewels to get. I will be more serious on sprint and long distance CM because I don't have platinum title for them. Plus on top of that, I don't think you did train an Uma, right? The casual costume for the Vol Grand were unlocked, so I have it for her now. Nice. Though regarding the topic about rants to other games like Genshin and WoWa that Nova always mentions, what I can say is WoWa sucks. Well, that's a little rude. Even though I don't play it, that's what it says in the comment in parentheses. Because all names are Chinese. Now that's just rude. That's just rude, my personal opinion. I hate Genshin as well because it made me dumb and we're not able to install the game way back before because I don't even have an idea. I don't know about that. That sounds like, I think we've had this discussion before where it was, I think it's more of a personal issue because it's usually the websites are pretty straightforward on where they usually have a download button on the websites. And I only say that also because I started when Genshin first started as well, like the first month. and I had no problems either. So I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I think you just weren't looking good enough. I'm sorry, Eugen. That's just the truth. You just didn't look good enough at the website. That's all I got. That's all I got to say about that. You can't hate on the game because you couldn't find the download button. So yeah, other than that, thank you, Eugen, for the comment. And that is pretty much all the comments that have been posted in the last video. So thank you, Eugen, Tanoki, Nova, and Rick for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And with that being said, that is going to be the end of this video. If you guys did make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the characters themselves or the support cards, because they weren't that bad. They were just more focused on either short distance or mile distance. Obviously, just getting the Simply Rudolph one, it kind of, I don't know. I don't even use the Simply Rudolph one because mine is only no copies. I wasn't fortunate like some other person who got it a good amount within 200 pulls. But yeah, let me know what your initial thoughts are on with the banner, whether for both banners, I guess, the support and the characters, and if you would pull. Honestly, I feel like most people won't pull because it's close to the anniversary, which is understandable. But obviously, if you guys have saved a good amount, like Nova, although he still refuses to do any pulls regardless, then it's totally understandable why you guys wouldn't pull. But if there's anything else y'all want to talk about or ask me, leave it down in the comment section. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And it doesn't have to be Pretty Derby related. It could be honestly anything. I always say anime, other games, and all that because that's literally the first two things that pop up in my head. But yeah, it could be about anything. As long as appropriate, I will go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There is a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle and are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle, and then after that, head over to the comment section or to the Discord server in the channel request or circle request channel. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name just so I can make sure to add you into the circle. And not anybody else, just so I can make sure to add you. And also let me know your plans for the weekends also down in the comment section as well. I forgot to mention that because I just remembered it was Friday. Just remembered it was Friday. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hope y'all have a good weekend, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.